Welcome back to Adelante Chicago. Bienvenidos de regreso a Adelante Chicago. Raising bilingual children can at times be very, very difficult. I know this is a mom who is trying herself. But one Latina mom has made it her mission to help parents through this challenge by making bilingual books in Spanish and English very accessible through her mobile bookstore. Nina Sanchez is the co-owner and founder of Viva Los Libros and has now added author to her title. So congratulations to her and welcome to Adelante Chicago.
Thank you for having me.
So this is the book right here that you created.
This is it. This is the first book.
Okay.
I didn't set out to become an author, but it happened, and I'm excited that this will be the first book in our inaugural publishing season.
Yeah, and the idea is English and Spanish, not just one language, but teaching kids how it's said or how it's written in both languages,
Correct,
right?
correct. I think when we look at the children's book industry overall, there's such a small percentage of books that are even available in Spanish. I think it's something like 3%, and there are even fewer books that are available English and Spanish together. And I think that you know and I know that bilingual people, this is not the way we live our lives. We're not going to pick up a book in just English or just Spanish. And what my experience has been, and so many other caregivers, is all of this unpaid labor. What happens is we become an unpaid copy editor at bedtime. We're the unpaid translator. We're adapting books to our heritage languages, and we live our lives with both languages, sometimes at the same time. So thinking about the way we make both languages accessible to kids at all times with no hierarchy of language so that they understand both of these are valuable and necessary.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that because I often have the words in my mind where I'm talking in English and all of a sudden the Spanish word comes up and I can't think of it in English, right?
Right.
Because we do kind of think in those dual languages when we speak both, yeah.
Correct. And I know that how we model to our kids this openness to learning is to be open about those moments as well, and have a conversation with them. Often when I was sight translating books for my daughter when she was an infant, I would say to her, Vida, yo no sé esta palabra en español. I don't know this word in Spanish. Do you know what it is? And she would say, I don't know. And I would say, let's look it up. And it got to the place where she would respond, I don't know, but let's Google it. Right? So making that process a process in which we can learn together and acknowledge just a fact of life is that we're going to use both of our languages as much as we can in any moment that we can, because that's actually the way our brain works, and that's completely valid and valuable.
Okay, so I want to talk to you about the project that you've got in mind, the things that you want to do. I think I was reading 100,000 books is what you're planning to get out to the communities. How do you do that, right?
Yeah, so we started our bookshop 6 years ago. Specifically as a mobile bookshop, because our goal in a city like Chicago, which we know is a very proud Latina city, that we are all over the place. And so our mission was always to go to where the people are. And so in the past 6 years, we have touched 7,500 students across 15 classrooms, 15 schools in 7 states, right? And in Chicago, that can mean doing a pop-up at a street festival. That can mean someone going to our shared location in Pilsen. That can mean working with a school to curate a classroom or school library. That can mean us hosting a bilingual book fair. And so as we think about how we move forward, we really see that education space as a space where we're most needed and have the room to grow, and doubling down on the kind of work that we do in the Midwest. Midwest has a really fast-growing Latina population. It has a very fast and growing population of bilingual speakers and readers. And so to continue to take our show on the road, to give our kids the book fair experience, pero con cultura.
Pero con cultura, but with culture is the translation there. Okay, so 100,000 books, that's not easy, right? I assume you need the public's help, so how can they get involved and be a part of this great project?
There's so many ways they can be involved. I think most importantly is if their child is going to a school that is a dual language school or where they're supporting multilingual learners, that they suggest us as a book fair provider or a school text provider, because we can do that with school districts, not just in Chicago, but beyond. I think secondly, currently we are running a Kickstarter campaign to support the publication and printing of our first book. We think of ourselves as a community co-created institution. We want to build this equity structure for the long term, and we want to do that alongside our community in service to the community. And so in another immediate way to support us is to support our Kickstarter for this particular book.
Okay. You talked about book fairs. I imagine Chicago Public Schools, right? Can you be found, Viva Los Libros, through CPS?
Yes, we can. We are a certified CPS vendor as well as a certified vendor with other school districts outside of the state. And we know that's a huge hurdle to overcome, and we were really happy that we were able to do that early on.
Okay.
And that kind of roster of schools we work with continues to grow. And it's delightful to go to schools all around the city that are serving multilingual populations, predominantly Latina populations, and supporting them and getting these books to their students, not only that are Spanish or bilingual, but where they're physically being represented on the page, where their culture is being represented on the page. And there's nothing more powerful to me than seeing a child really react to a book that has their name in it, or that has a character that looks like them or someone that they know.
Yeah.
And it's not just the kids, it's also their parents. I've had adults crying when they pick up a book and say, this looks just like my family. I have never seen anything like this before. And so I can't go back to that parent when they were a child and say, here's this book that looks like you, that looks like your family, that sounds like your family. But what we can do together is provide to the books to the kids in front of us now.
You're so right. I just read a book by a Spanish author, and one of the characters' names was Lourdes, and I was so excited, right? Because I normally don't see my name sort of represented anywhere other than within the Latino culture. So I don't usually see it in books, right? So it was very exciting. Somos, we are. How can folks find it? Because you're still sort of in the printing stages.
Correct. We're still in the printing stages. If they wish to pre-order it as part of our Kickstarter campaign, they can go right to our homepage at vivaloslibros.com and make a pledge and receive the book as soon as it's in hand, which we're hoping will be by October.
Okay.
And beyond October, they can actually come to our website or contact us to request a copy of the book, order a copy of the book to be shipped to their home, and also buy classroom sets for their children's school or the community schools that they support.
Okay. And I think I heard you talking earlier about the illustrator. Beautiful pictures. Who is that? Who does the pictures for the book?
This illustrator is Adi Rivera Sonda. She is originally from Mexico. She lives in Mexico and the United States, and I've admired her work for so long. And when she said yes to this project, I literally danced in the kitchen. But she just does such a rich representation of who we are and the spectrum of who we are culturally. She's been published quite a bit by some big publishers. They might recognize her from books she's done for Sleeping Bear Press or Macmillan or others. But she is someone who has already begun to build a career as a professional illustrator.
Beautiful.
And for me, that mattered, not just because she's a Latina creator, but because we want our books to be professional quality from the beginning, that they look professionally done and polished, and that they're appealing to kids, and again, that the people we work with can understand and reflect the lives of the communities.
Well, it's beautiful. I wish you the best of luck. Viva Los Libros. If people want to get more information, good luck.
Thank you so much.
All right.